Assalamu alaikum, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to another episode of FC Peterborough Weekly. My name is Jamal. I'll be your host. Joined today by co-host Arkham. Assalamu alaikum.
Oh, assalamu alaikum. How you doing, Jamal? You right?
I'm all right. We're here. And special guest today, we've got Coach Zoeb from the reserves. How you doing?
I'm doing good. I'm probably not a coach though. I prefer mentor.
We'll go with mentor. Put that in the notes, everybody. Mentor. Remember, you can call in on 01733 602 133, or you can comment on the live stream on Facebook, YouTube, X, or Twitch. I know the Green Army are watching, so if you've got any questions for Zoeb, do drop them in the comment section. So, to start us off, let's go through the match reports. I'll take you to the first team. Arkham will take you to the devs, and obviously, since we've got Zoeb here, Zoeb can take us through the reserve. So the first team, we had shortish trip, hour and a half away to Ipswich against Whitton United.
Short, yeah? Hour and a half.
That's not too bad. Hour and a half. I don't think it's that bad.
It was on the coast, wasn't it?
Yeah. On the coach. It makes it feel like 3 hours on the coach, actually. But it was an hour and a half away to Whitton United. First team was struggling a bit in the beginning of 2025. We lost a cup game. We lost a friendly on Wednesday. The cup game was a quarter-final in Wellingborough. And I'm sure you covered it last week, Arkham. I hope you did. And we lost yesterday against Whitton. It was a 2-1 loss. There was a very questionable... Did you see the video?
Yeah.
Zoeb's not even nodding. He didn't watch the video, did he?
Shaz the keeper.
I couldn't see it properly, but no, I did see the video.
You've not seen it, the group
I
chat,
posted
what's
it.
up?
This Green Army, if you're watching, go to our latest post on Instagram. You'll see the penalty shout.
Great tackle.
I think it was a great tackle.
Yeah, it was perfect.
I think it was perfect, but the referee didn't think so. Neither did the lino. They gave a penalty, and then obviously no one's happy with the result of that penalty. Shaz has been sin-binned, so we had Sultan going in goal.
Love to see it.
Yeah, first time we've seen him in the goalkeeper's kit this season, hopefully the last time.
Yeah.
Ruben scored a great free kick. I think it's nice to see his confidence coming back slowly. He had a great start to the season, then he had a little bit of a purple patch in the middle. But yesterday he played really well. Thank you for giving us Liam Hatfield, by the way. Great player.
Great player.
Great player.
Great energy.
Yeah.
Gets about. Plays the ball simple.
Yeah.
A really good addition for the first team as well.
He's played 2 games for us so far. Regardless of the results, he's been the standout in.
I mean, from the Green Army's perspective, he's been the man of the match. In both of those.
You know what he does when he goes for a header? He shouts his name and like it's so loud. He's not that tall, isn't he? But he wins them. He's a proper little bulldog that I think the first team have been needing. So reserves, you played against Stanground Cardia. Talk to me about the game.
Disappointing, to be honest. We drew 2-2. It was our first league game of 2025.
Okay.
And we went in with a really good game plan to stay organised, and everything played out really well. We then had a moment like Shaz yesterday where we were up 2-1, so they were up 1-0 against the run of play. I would say it was a long range effort. Joshy made a great save, to be fair.
Goalkeeper, yeah.
From about 35 yards, but one of their players nicked the rebound, so that was 1-0. And then Liam Oliver Smith scored for us to make it 1-1. Second half, we came out the aggressors. It was a bit 50-50, but we scored thanks to Philip, who came off the bench. Nice. Great finish. We got a bit lucky. It ricocheted off one of their defenders, fell in his path, and he slotted it in nicely. And then we had a very contentious offside.
Questionable one.
Okay. 100%. Jake finished it. It was never offside. Linesman flagged it a couple of minutes after. Ref gave it. A few of our players, unfortunately, lacked a little bit of discipline, lost their heads.
Was it 2 something?
So Domingos got a red card for dissent. Jake got a sin bin, but there was only 5 minutes of the game left, so he was out. So we were down to 9. The referee at that point called 5 minutes left to play.
Right.
5 minutes had gone. We asked him, look, blow the whistle. He said there's still another 5 minutes to play, I think, because Dom took a bit of time to walk off the pitch. And it just felt like the referee was against us. And
when the sending offs happened, what was the score?
2-1 to us.
okay.
Then they had a free kick in the last minute, and to be fair to the player who took the free kick, he absolutely smashed it top corner.
Well, fair enough.
So yeah, disappointing result, but the lads played really well, and it was one of those games against the top 6 teams.
Yeah.
I would say Stanground are going to be up there, top 6, similar to us.
Yeah, we were on the bus and everyone was waiting for the reserves result to come in.
It was disappointing,
Yeah.
but look, we move on. We've got a couple of tough fixtures in the next couple of weeks. I think we've got
And you got
Chatteris
Deeping United away as well.
and Deepin United as well. So yeah, we move on. It's disappointing, but we move on.
We'll talk more about the reserves in a second. Arkham, give us the devs roundup.
So we played against Stamford Lions yesterday.
Yep.
And
the reserve squad.
I'll be honest, I think it was a disappointing result again. We lost 2-1. We went 2-0 down in the first half, actually.
Straight away.
We went 1-0 down first when Ricardo went down, but ref gave it in our favour, actually.
Okay.
And but he played it as an advantage, and Ricardo stayed down. But obviously, none of our players kicked the ball off, and the opposition countered and obviously capitalised. So that's where our players started to lose their heads.
Do you think that's maybe your other development squad? Well, that's maybe where you want a bit of experience to sort of to know the game and know the right play to make there, or?
Yeah, you could say so. But after that, our players just started losing their heads a bit at the ref, and I think that's when the other team realised that obviously they were in it, and and then again they scored another goal literally just before the end of the first half.
Right.
Which obviously that's not something you like seeing, obviously going into the second half.
Sounds like all men's teams this week just had a bit of
it was just
tough run with the refs.
We just didn't look.
Just to make it clear, we don't hate referees.
I'll be honest, I actually like the referee, but the referee was actually quite a nice guy. But it's just like we didn't look like we wanted it enough. Even in the second half, we made so many chances, but there was no end product. That's it.
So 2-1. Who scored for the Devs? Who scored for the Devs?
Oh, who scored for the Devs? I remember it was Hugo's assist, but I can't remember exactly who got the goal. Oh, no.
Is he joining us?
Yes, I'm indeed.
Assalamu alaikum, Zaid. We've got the captain on air as well. Look at the trio we've got in front of us right now. Great trio.
I think, Coach Amy has done a last-minute dropout, so I thought I might as well just step in and Zoeb here. So shared a lot of the journey with Zoeb, so I thought it'd be good to.
Nice.
And then he left me alone.
And he left you. I'm sure you'll tell us more about that. Will you? You'll tell us more. Remember, guys, you can call in on 017 33602 133. If you're watching live, do leave a comment, leave a question. You've got the captain and you've got Zoeb at your disposal today on Facebook, YouTube, X, or Twitch. So back to the Devs. Who scored the goal?
I'm sorry, but I can't tell you.
This is so poor. How have you forgotten? Can someone leave a comment and tell us who scored the goal?
Just the disappointment from yesterday. Like, even when I went at home, it was just like, we could have won that, man.
I think that was the all-round feeling with all men's teams. I know, Zad, you called me at half-time since you were banned.
We don't talk about it.
We'll just skip past that bit.
But yeah, we our next game, we're at home again. Obviously, Footbridge Road against Ketten
Sports?
Yeah, Ketten Sports, the Blues.
Have you played them before?
I think we did, early on in the season.
Do you remember the result?
Yeah, I'm sure that was the one we lost 5. That's when Reece got a red card.
Oh,
I remember early on, yeah. That was that back and forth after that red card. But hopefully we'll get the win this week.
That's it. We finally had some under-18s action over the last couple of weeks, playing Kettering Town twice. One, I think, in the Cup and one in the league.
Yeah.
4-1 loss last week. I believe a 6-3 loss the week before.
Yeah.
Were you there at the game? Did you watch it?
I was there for the first half. I can't lie, the first half did look very promising.
So were you there?
I was there for the first half. I believe it was 1-1.
It was both games were 1-1 at half time.
And again, both games in the first half, us
we played better,
looking at so much more stronger.
So you've seen our under-18 squad is a very fast, very attacking squad, but it seems like the downfall happens in the second half. That I'm not sure if you have anything to say about it.
No, I was just going to get Zoeb's opinion. So I think you've seen the under-18s a few times this year. Is there any kind of standout players? Is there any players that have kind of performed well, or any players that you think should be kind of knocking on
anyone you're looking to mentor?
I think the names that pop up are Winston. Obviously, he's had He's had some time with the first team as well. He spent pre-season with the reserves. He's got a lot of ability, a lot of pace. Obviously, being a winger, that's always a top strength for a winger.
He's small, but he's very physical. He throws himself into bodies regardless of the size. That's what I've noticed over the last 2 games.
Lorenzo as well. Lorenzo's also had some time with the first team as well. He looks really tidy on the ball.
Yeah.
Especially because he's quite short, bless him. But he seems really comfortable on the ball, plays it simple, doesn't try to overcomplicate things. Taylor looks good as well, striker.
Yeah, he scored a fair amount of goals.
Yeah, goal scoring machine.
Is he fairly new to the under-18s?
Is he the second year?
Is he second year?
Yeah.
I think at the beginning of the season we didn't see him much.
He was injured, I think.
Was he injured?
Yeah, he was injured. I think he had he's something with his knee.
Because I know I've only seen him play about 3 times.
So what injury is that? Something with his knee. Can you elaborate?
I don't know exactly, but all I know is that he had some sort of problem with his knee. Why are you asking?
No, I was just checking out. You said it's something with his knee. So.
I think there's Charlie as well, centre back. He's been training with us for a couple of times.
Okay.
He was involved in one of the squads in December. He got about 10 minutes again, just to give him that experience to step up.
Do you think
there was a left back in the under-18? Callum?
Yeah.
He looked really good.
He's a very natural left back, something that you don't find a lot, I don't think. Especially at our club. I don't think we have many natural left backs.
I think
Zayed is a question mark, but he does really well.
I think in the first half he looked the standout for me.
He's up and down. He puts those crosses in.
Physical, very physical.
He loves a little hit.
Yeah.
He loves a hit. But that's the under-18. They've got Blackstones. Again, 3 home games in a row. Finally, no games frozen. No games getting called off. Hopefully. We've got some comments coming in. Is Arkham... We'll go for... This is for you, Zayed. From Zami, who couldn't be here today. Is Arkham knocking on the door of the Rezzies? Why are you laughing?
That was just funny.
Look, I guess one piece of advice, obviously, we'll talk about the journey, but me and Zayed obviously started in Div 5. I think what's really common with young players now is they want to rush into playing in the Prem, playing in Step 6 with the first team. That's obviously the ambition, but there's nothing wrong with playing in Div 4 and experience in Div 4. I would say the biggest challenge in Div 4, Div 3, Div 2 is the pitches, especially in the weather in December and January. The pitches get really difficult, but it does make you a better player. You learn how to control the ball a lot better, how to move it a lot quicker. Now we're playing Chestnut Avenue. Obviously, it's like a carpet for us.
Lovely. Yeah, lovely.
We don't get many bobbles, but those pitches are the pitches where you can really test your touch, how quickly you can move that ball. So maybe not just yet, but maybe in a couple of seasons.
Don't laugh, you can get there, man.
That should be the ambition, though. That should be the ambition to knock on the door at the reserves. One thing we have spoke about as coaches with Shaz and with Dan is at the moment there's a big gap between Div 4 and Prem football in terms of the standard of play. But Arkham, a couple more seasons, who knows?
You see this guy in training, man. He's a.
I've seen him in training. I've also seen him in the opposition when we played in a friendly.
There's one more thing we've got to talk about, man. The prize, man, for guessing the.
I don't know what this is. I've seen so many messages. I don't understand it.
I've got to show you now,
what
man.
What was his performance like in the interclub friendly at 10?
Was that
you
there?
guys just had to get me, man.
I remember this.
Look, if the result was, what was it, 17-1, 19-1?
This is the first time
we actually hadn't mentioned the result on air, but.
Apologies.
It is minor.
With myself and Luca both playing 90 minutes, by the way.
Rolling back the ears.
But look, it was just.
Luca subbed someone off to make sure that he stayed in his. He played right wing as well, didn't he? During his career.
You got to get those caps in, man. You got to get those caps
Callum
in.
was marking Luca.
I was shocked because Luca was on last week, right? And then he told about his playing history.
Oh,
and how he's played in America.
Oh, no way.
Romania, France.
France.
Obviously England.
That's ridiculous.
Look, I challenge anyone to find anyone who loves football or is passionate about grassroots football in particular.
This is the bib I wore that night on the college session.
Shout to the camera behind you.
But yeah, it's been.
I tell you, he lives
it's
and
been
breathes football.
framed.
I think he's coached a lot. He's coached me. He's coached Eamon, Adam in the first team. Who else he coached loads of people in the first.
Yeah.
Vito at some point.
You know what's really strange?
a lot of us.
Every single opposition we go to,
They all know him, innit?
they all know Luca, and he knows about 2 or 3 of their players. He's the first manager in FC Peterborough who looks at an opposition's team sheet and he thinks, okay, I need a man on this person, this person, this person. These are the 3 really strong players in the opposition, and he goes in with a game plan. To be fair,
I think it helps you a lot in the reserves team.
He's not the philosopher for no reason.
Just on that, what you just mentioned, yeah, as like an assistant and so on, would you prefer to have like a game plan around like opposition players, or would you prefer to be like, well, this is how we're going to play, and we're going to play like this way, as opposed to worrying about the opposition players?
Oh, tough one.
good question. I think you have to find a balance, right? Again, playing in Div 5 all the way up to the Prem, there's a big difference, in my opinion, between Div 5 to Div 1 and then going into the Prem. I think the standard is completely different. So I would say Div 5 to Div 1, I think the priority would be my team, our team, how we play. Whereas going into the Prem, you've got to find that balance, because the Prem is so competitive. You've got about, like I said earlier, you've got about 6 teams currently who are going to be in the mixer towards the end of the season. You've got Uppingham, Moulton, Deeping, who we played yesterday, Stanground, us, and possibly Sawtry as well. So there's a lot of those teams where you have to go in with a game plan, especially in the reverse fixture. So the first fixture against Stanground, we drew 2-2 as well. We made a mistake towards the end, and they nicked a goal. Yesterday we went in with a game plan. It was working perfectly in the second half. We made the right substitutes. Philip scored the goal, which should have won us the game, but then they scored a last-minute free kick.
Discipline and game management, eh?
Yeah.
That's fine. So, what are you smiling at? I'm just putting it out there. So let's get to know you a bit more in depth, Zoeb. You've been at FC Peterborough, you've been part of it for a while, a long time. You've made over 100 appearances. You're one of very few to be part of that 100 club. I know captain next to you is you. Yeah, definitely.
Captain's 250 plus.
250 plus, and something like that. I know we've got players like Romeo's just hit it. So you're in there. You've also scored in every season you have played for FC Peterborough. Did you know that?
Ryan Giggs. That was my go-to, because I didn't score many goals, but I always nicked a goal every season, normally a header as well.
On that, you've been compared to, you said Ryan Giggs, but James Milner, right?
Don't say that.
That's a very respectable comparison. Is that because of your array of positions, or what is the reasoning for that? You're a bit of a stamina machine?
It's probably because I've been alongside Zayed and maybe Azzy and Talha. We were probably the constant, the spine who were there through the thick and thin, Div 5 all the way to the Prem. Obviously, Zayed's continued to play in Step 6, which is great. So maybe, just because I'm a constant. Okay,
so we're going to ask you some questions. We'll get started. We've got the Azan at 4:37, I think, 4:37. Let's get into it. So what is your earliest memory? I know you've mentioned some of them. Your earliest memory at FC Peterborough?
Question. I've heard, obviously, a couple of the episodes Shaz was on. I heard Cammy's episode as well, where I think for me, I was 22, 23.
I've seen the photos,
the first season. But just going, even though we were a grassroots football club, just going in there and seeing like your elder mentors, like seasoned, not professionals, but seasoned players in grassroots, such as Cammy, Asif Rahman, Hamad, and maybe a year before that, the likes of me and Zayed were competing against these guys in five-a-side in Power League, and it was like, not how hard we can hit them, but how hard can me and Zayed take a hit from them in the five-a-side leagues. But it was a really good lesson for us that first season, but it was only a good lesson because we had the elder players there like Hamad, Bilal, Asif, Kami, who were harsh on us at times, but it was a good learning curve. I even say to players today, like throughout the seasons, like I had the likes of Asif, Hamad, Bilal. If we took a hit, they were there.
Do you think players today have it easy?
That's what I was going to say, yeah.
Much easier.
I've taken a hit from Asif before. It's,
so much easier. There were points in FC Peterborough where you would really have to have really high standards constantly because you really didn't want to disappoint the elder players. It wasn't about me disappointing Zaid. It was more so because I played centre back, I played centre mid a majority of the time between Div 5 and Div 3, and I was playing with Kami. Kami's obviously a seasoned grassroots player,
a lot, right?
Who was unbelievable as an 11-a-side player. So I was his centre mid partner, and I didn't want to lose the ball. Make sure I'm playing up to standards with Kami. When I was playing,
what would happen if you lost the ball?
No comment.
But don't you think these standards that you're talking about, or that these expectations that you had, made you a better player? Because even though it wasn't your own motivation in a sense where it was coming from you, it was coming from these elder players where
100%.
That'd make you a better player.
Yeah, 100%. It was that the first thing was obviously not disappointing them, but the second thing was originally we had a number of South Asian players, we were predominantly Pakistani footballers from the community. Obviously, since then we've diversified and we've grown as a club. But these were guys who we saw in and around the community on a daily basis. Kami was my neighbour. Like he only lived two doors away from me back in the days. But yeah, it definitely made us a better players. Definitely helped us raise our standards as well. And I always say, Zaid probably thinks differently, but I was a 5-a-side, 7-a-side player, right? And then I made that jump into 11-a-side football, and I was like, oh my days, there's so much ground to cover, there's so much, you have to run so much more, you have to be so much more positionally aware. But because we had those players around us, that definitely helped.
Sure. We've got a comment coming. Number one, get well soon, Waleed. I think he's ill, right?
Waleed is
he's
ill.
ill.
Seriously ill, he was saying.
Okay.
He hasn't replied to any messages since the Kettering game. And today he messaged saying that when he looks at his phone, his eyes even hurt. So, get well soon, man.
Ibby's sent a question. Zoe, you're going to have to break this down for me because I don't know what it means. Maybe you will. Question for Zoe. GSE or WTFC?
GSE.
GSE.
Could you please elaborate?
What's your answer?
Glasgow Street Elite.
Okay.
Oh, come on, Glasgow Street all the way, man. I'm going to hate on that one. I don't even know what it means, but Glasgow Street all the way, man.
So this was back in the days where we used to have a 5-a-side league, maybe where the likes of myself, Ibby and Zaid made our trade as footballers. We used to have a little beef. So they used to have
rivalry, that's it.
Yeah. And again, it was really good for us because that's how we got to know each other, how we got to play football together consistently. They used to have the West Ham Juniors in their green and white kit. We used to have the Glasgow Street Elite.
That's it. So there's your answer. It'd be GSE. You've kind of explained your current role. Do you want to quickly summarise the season so far for the Rezzies?
It's been one thing I said to the team yesterday is this time last season we were in Div 1. We were in Div 1 and we were mid-table. Right. This season we're in the top 6 off the Prem. And I think sometimes we ignore that and we forget that. So we're doing really well. We've obviously got really high standards with Luca coming in.
Sure.
The objective is to win the Prem, right? Like we're going to do our utmost to win the Prem. Is it going to be easy? It's not going to be easy. We were there obviously 3 seasons ago, where we finished 4th.
Captain will confirm when he remembers.
4th or 5th, I think we finished. So the Prem, look, the Prem is really difficult, but we want to be there or thereabouts towards the end of the season. We've got 11 games remaining.
It's gone fast, hasn't it?
Yeah,
It's gone fast.
the Prem table is a bit funny at the moment because there's so many teams in and around us that have got so many games in hand.
Right.
Like Moulton's got 8 games in hand or something like
8?
that.
Wow.
Yeah.
What have they been doing?
They've just had extended cup runs, but yeah, we want to be there or thereabouts. It's been a good season so far. Luca's obviously brought some players in. We've kept the core of the players from last season as well. It's been a good mix.
We're very excited with the reserves team, especially with the seamless filter that happens in and out from the first to the resis to the first.
And like I said to Alcom
Yeah,
earlier,
we were just talking about this before, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
I think one thing we forget is our squad's really young. I think the majority of players are under 25.
Yeah.
I'm obviously the oldest registered player, but I'm not going to reveal my age. But it's really great to see these young players who were with us last season step up this season. That's definitely happened.
No, we're excited to see more. We're going to take a short break. I don't know how long ad break is it? 4 minutes? 4 minutes. And after the break, we'll get even more in-depth with Coach Zoe. Sounds good? Yes, it does sound good, Jamal. Yeah.
Yeah.
Stay tuned to Salam Radio after this short ad break.
Satisfy your cravings at Ibrahimi Buffet Restaurant. Enjoy a tantalizing variety of Chinese, Italian, Pakistani and comfort food favourites from starters to desserts. Kids under 5 dine for free, so bring the whole family to our location at 63 Sycamore Avenue. Open every day from 5 p.m. till 10:30 p.m. Call us on 01733 313131 or book online to reserve your table. Ibrahimi-restaurants.co.uk. Every bite is a delight at Ibrahimi Buffet Restaurant.
Need a taxi that won't break the bank? Amar Cabs offers safe local rides at affordable prices, starting at £3.99. Get to Heathrow for £120 and London Stansted or London Luton for just £88. Private school and executive business class drop-offs are also available. Booking is easy. Go to www.amarcabs.com and download our app on Android or iOS or call 01733 555 888. Wherever you're headed, Amar Cabs is just a tap away with reliable, affordable rides starting at just £3.99.
City & Co. Tax Specialists. A modern, refreshing and straightforward solution to your accounting and tax needs. We are flexible, clear and dynamic. Are you tired of your current accountant not giving you the right advice, not giving you time, not giving you business solutions? City & Co. Tax Specialists have helped many businesses build a better structure to minimize commercial risks and become more tax efficient. There is no substitute for a well-rounded specialist accountant and tax advisor. Our consultants will work with you to minimize your tax exposure through tax planning. Whether you are looking within the UK or offshore tax planning, we can help. We offer so much more than your average accountant, and that's what stands us apart. Call us on 01733 777782. Your partners in success.
Are you a savvy shopper searching for the best food deals? Look no further. Adams Cash and Carry can help you save big. We're not just a food wholesaler for takeaways and restaurants. We also welcome household customers at our warehouse in Westwood, Peterborough. Visit our website and enjoy wholesale prices on everything from drinks to flour, rice to burgers and much more. To shop, go online and collect in store. Visit adamscashandcarry.co.uk today to start your savings spree.
Craving authentic Desi flavors? Look no further than Desi Restaurant. From midday until 1 in the morning, enjoy our homemade specialties that will transport your taste buds. Indulge in tantalizing papri chaat and savor the rich Chersi Kadahi. Treat your friends to our fresh 1 kilogram Chersi lamb handi. Plus, get 2 12-inch pizzas for $11.95. Located at 298 Lincoln Road, we deliver from lunchtime until 1 a.m. Call 01733 555 795 now to order and experience Desi Restaurant's flavors.
Do you own a restaurant or takeaway? Cater Fair is an expert supplier of new and used commercial catering equipment. Visit caterfair.co.uk for quality equipment on sale at the lowest prices, or call us on 01733 310 115 or visit us at 11 Royce Road, Fengate, Peterborough.
You're listening to Peterborough's community radio, Salam Radio. Salam Radio. 106.2 FM.
Assalamu alaikum. Welcome back to FC Peterborough Weekly. We have, just before the break, we had introduced you to Coach Zoeb. We took you through a little bit of a match update, and now we're going to get even more in-depth. Remember, you can call on 017 33602 133. Comment on the live stream, Facebook, X, YouTube, or Twitch, and please subscribe to our YouTube. Thank you. We just hit 400 subs recently. Thank you. It's taken a long time.
Milestone.
Nah, milestone's 500. So, Zoeb, tough question. Who's the best player you've ever played with?
Wow.
You've played with a lot of players.
This is obviously subjective.
Okay.
I think one player I've played with for many years who has always been top tier in my eyes and is a slight waste of talent as well. Like, I feel like this individual who I'm going to name and shame could have made it if he was really committed.
I really want to know this name now.
In his early years. And it might not come as a surprise to a lot of people, but I'm going to say Nani, Naveed Ali.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Tank.
Like, yeah. For me, this guy, left foot, right foot, quick, strong, had everything you really needed as a player. And I guess the only disappointment was that he didn't play higher.
I never saw him in his younger days. I've only seen him play like in the last 5-6 years. I don't know what he was like.
He was a joke.
Nani was amazing, to be fair. I think he did play quite a lot in the first couple of seasons. Definitely in the first season. I remember he was a main part of the team. But I think he's always had like injuries and...
Yeah, the guy was so good. He injured his knee for a number of years, and he only played left foot for 2 years.
What was his main position?
Number 10.
Number
I
10?
would say. Yeah, number 10.
I mean, he's still playing now,
Yeah, he's still playing now, but the guy could score a goal from anywhere and from absolutely anything.
Yeah, he loves a Friday night at Borges. I've played against him a few times. He's a bit of a machine, he is. Best player you've played against? You can still answer the same, but I'm sure there's a long list of players you've played against.
Yeah, outside of FC Peterborough, so not players including FC
that's
Peterborough.
up to you. The best player you've played against.
I know Ibi jokes about it, but some of the tough battles we had in five-a-side football, Zayed against Zayed, Amazamir, again, phenomenal footballer. Adzi is a name a lot of people forget, but we used to call him a double A battery. Like never used to run out of energy. Had a couple of tough games against Kami Khan.
I'm gonna have to ask you to narrow it down to one. One. I know you've got a long list. Just the one. It's not gonna be captain next to you, no.
I wouldn't say he was my toughest opposite. I'm gonna say I think Shaz mentioned him. I think a couple of weeks ago. Jamie Graham, 11-a-side player.
I've heard of this name. Yeah,
he was absolutely ridiculous, and he played centre mid and number 10, so I was marking him some games, but he was just strong, really good on the ball, threw a couple of elbows here and there.
Just leaving something on you.
Yeah, just a really good 11-a-side player.
Okay. Next, quick fire. I'm going to give you a position. You tell me your all-time 11 of people you've played with. Okay? So, for example, if I say striker, you say, give me a striker, Arkham. I say Arkham. There you go. Yeah?
Reese. We say Reese.
You got it? Are you ready?
Yeah.
It's going to be a 4-3-3. What formation do you want for your all-time 11?
I'm going to go 4-2-3-1.
Oh, God. Okay, 4-2-3-1.
He's supposed to be different.
Your goalkeeper. Quick
Ryan. Do you remember Ryan?
With the big kicks.
Yeah.
I don't remember Ryan, but that's interesting. Centre back 1. Right centre back.
Asif Rehman.
Left centre back.
You can say it yourself.
I'm going to put myself in.
Oh my God. Is that the first time someone's put themselves in?
I'm going to put myself in.
Actually, Shaz didn't put himself in, to be fair. Can he put himself in?
No, you said it.
You said it now.
You said it. Go on. Okay, full back now.
Left back.
Tala.
Nice. Rapid. Right back.
Bilal.
Are you going 2 CDMs? or just centre mids? Centre mids.
2 centre mids.
Okay, centre mid, right centre mid.
Kami Khan.
Left centre mid.
I'm gonna say Liam Oliver Smith.
Steven Gerrard. I've seen every picture I have of him. He just gives me. He looks like Steven Gerrard. I don't know how to explain it. The long stride.
Yeah.
Left wing.
Captain.
He's a winger now.
Oh, he's definitely a winger.
Versatile, man. Anywhere.
Right wing.
Gonna have to say Bradilio.
Yeah, that's a
repeat name.
I think he's gonna be a lock in everyone's. You're number 10.
Nani.
And you're number 9. Your striker.
Azzy.
Great
Again, that's
lineup.
another repeat.
Quality lineup.
Yeah, I think Azzy's probably one of the easiest positions.
I think
Mr. Zishan. You want to make the all-time 11?
Oh.
I've played with a lot of players. Zishan.
What was Zishan, a winger, right?
Yeah, he played wing and then he.
See, does he take over Bradilio? I don't know. Does he take you either? That's the thing.
Bradilio's made it, so it's hard to.
Where is he? Where's he at? Seattle, right?
Yeah, somewhere in America.
Somewhere in MLS.
Yeah.
We're gonna have another short break just for the azan in about 40 seconds. Before we head off, can you describe? So you said the best player of all time was Nani. What is one trait you'd like to take from him and put into your own game if you're still playing?
Just his shot.
Just a shot.
Yeah,
that's it. Full stop.
Yeah, he could shoot and
just
score
a shot
from anywhere and from any position really. Left foot, right foot.
Is there anyone in today's squads that remind you of him? I know he's a very unique player. We've got us on in 5 seconds. Give me a name.
Liam.
Thank you. We'll see you after this on.
You're listening to Salam Radio, and it's now time for Maghrib Azan.
Allahu Akbar, Allahu Akbar, Allahu Akbar, أشهد أن لا إله إلا الله أشهد أن لا إله إلا الله أشهد أن محمدًا رسول الله أشهد أن محمدًا رسول الله حي على الصلاة حي على الصلاة حي على الفلاح حي على الفلاح الله أكبر الله أكبر لا إله إلا الله
الله أكبر الله أكبر لا إله إلا الله اللهم صل على محمد وعلى آل محمد كما صليت على إبراهيم وعلى آل إبراهيم وبارك على محمد وعلى آل محمد كما باركت على إبراهيم وعلى آل إبراهيم في العالمين إنك حميد مجيد. اللهم رب هذه الدعوة التامة والصلاة القائمة آت محمدا الوسيلة والفضيلة وابعثه مقاما محمودا الذي وعدته. اللهم آتنا في الدنيا حسنة وفي الآخرة حسنة وقنا عذاب النار. اللهم بك نحيا وبك نموت وإليك المصير. رضينا بالله ربا وبالإسلام دينا وبمحمد صلى الله عليه وسلم نبيا ورسولا.
اللهم صل على سيدنا محمد النبي الأمي وعلى
Peterborough's community radio station, Salam Radio, 106.2 FM.
Assalamu alaikum, you're listening to FC Peterborough Weekly. Let's get back into the episode all about Coach Zoe. Got a couple more questions for you. Remember to leave a comment on the live stream and please subscribe to our YouTube. You'll see all the match updates. So, what's been your best moment at FC Peterborough? I know you've had a lot of them.
It's hard to say the shield that we won because I didn't play any minutes in that game, so I'm not going to say that. I'd probably say just the multiple promotions at the beginning. Yeah. Div 5 we got promoted, Div 4, Div 3, Div 2, and then we stayed a couple of seasons in Div 1. But just that, how quickly we went up the ranks.
So we'll come to those divisions in a second. What's been your favourite home game? It can be ever. So you've got home games back at Fullbridge Park.
Yeah, I'm probably going to say to be part of Fullbridge Road. We used to have Brotherhood. There was a team Brotherhood Div 4, Div 3. I think they pipped us. They won the league, but we played them at home and we won 2-1 and I scored that game. So that stands out.
Favourite away game?
A toughie. Probably again. I think I captained the team that in a cup game against We used to have a couple of battles there. I think we won the game 1-0, and again I think it only stands out selfishly because I scored and I don't score.
Fair enough, though, man.
But I don't score many, so that stands out.
So we'll talk about your goals and assists and all those. You're not. Sometimes stats aren't everything, but I'm gonna give you the division. You're gonna tell me if you remember where you finished. Any sort of little summary about that season. In the 2014-15 season, Div 5, FC Peterborough, where did you finish?
Second.
Finished second? Do you remember who finished first?
Stand ground.
I think there's a screenshot somewhere. I haven't had a look at it.
Stand ground.
This was the year where FCP won the League Shield winners, I think. Yeah. You had 17 appearances, 2 goals, 2 assists, respectable numbers. How do you feel that season went? I mean, from the sounds of it, really good, but you got
it was all right. It was
opening season.
Yeah, it was a learning season, like I said. So just to
before that season, were you involved at any other club apart from FC Peterborough? So FC Peterborough is your first and only ever club.
Yeah,
Mr. Homegrown,
one club legend. Yeah, he's like Francesco Totti.
Xavi, mate. 2015-16. League Shield runners-up. You lost again on pens against Feeder. What were they called? Feeder Soccer, Feeder Football Club.
Feeder.
27 appearances for yourself, 1 goal, 1 assist. Summarise that season for me. Second season.
Disappointing because we come out with 2 runner-up medals in the league and in the cup. So
okay.
Yeah.
Your memory's good. You're remembering it really well.
But the cup game stands out because we were winning 1-0 as he scored, and then. I think it was an own goal towards the end.
Do you remember who it was? Are you going to shame him live on air?
I can't shame him because...
was it yourself?
No, it was the unbelievable captain, I believe, Asif Rahman.
Okay, no. Wow. Okay. The year after that, year 3, 2016-17.
Let's just stick to appearances and not stats.
Oh, we can. 28 appearances, 1 goal, 1 assist. League Shield runs up again. Do you remember the scoreline in that final?
3-1.
3-0.
Oh, 3-0.
No, it was 3-1.
Was it 3-1?
It was 3-1,
It
yeah.
was.
Azizullah scored a screamer.
Yeah. Did somebody else from FC Peterborough score that game as well?
Someone else from FC Peterborough made an incredible start to the game. I think they scored an own goal in the second or third minute. My good friend Saki Rasib, who will be listening from Saudi Arabia.
Thank you for that. Year 4, 2017, 2018. What happened? So this must have been
At Div 2.
Div 1?
2.
Div 2.
Because it started at 5.
Div 2. Summarise that season. You had 2 goals and 5 assists. This is when...
I don't really remember, to be honest. I think this was probably a transition.
It looks like it was a bit of a quieter season.
Yeah, I think
on paper.
A lot more players started to come in.
Yeah.
Different players, maybe different positions.
Obviously, they started to see the FCP glory in it, and they wanted a piece.
Yeah, possibly.
So then 2018, 19, 19, 20, so those 2 years in Division 1. You had slightly less appearances in 2018, 15 appearances. Were you injured or what happened that year?
I think I got married. I got married, yeah.
Okay. Then we had COVID, yeah? 10 appearances for you. We can sort of see the decline in your appearanrances.
I think that COVID year, that was only 10 games.
Was there only 10 games played that year anyway?
A game in December, and then after that, season was called off.
Okay. What year did...
Thanks for saving me.
Norris, man.
What year did we make it from the Prem up? Is that... I'm trying to look for it. I don't know.
3 years ago. 2 seasons ago.
2022.
Yeah.
Was it 21, 22, that season?
So this is our second season in...
This is our second season in Step 6. So you've been in and around it pretty much the last... since the inauguration, right? Since the start, like you've been there in and around. Now you're coaching. We'll talk about your coaching.
How would you summarise those 10 seasons? So it's our 10th year. How would you summarise it?
First 5 seasons, brilliant. Like I said, the rapid promotions from Div 5 all the way to Div 1. I think Div 1, we then had a really tough period. I think that's where, and I'm not blaming the coach, but obviously Image, who was there for 5-6 years, stepped down and was replaced. And I think once Image left, there was a number of players who left as well. We lost a lot of experience. Cami wasn't there, Hamad, your Asif Raymonds weren't there, so all of a sudden the likes of me, Azzy, Zaid became the seniors in the team quite quickly. But we lost that core of experience that we were talking about earlier, how important experience is in the squad. And that was a tough period. Div 1 was a tough period for a couple of seasons because we had players who probably came for about 6 months, then left us. We had, apart from maybe 3 or 4 of us who were in the team consistently, we had different players in different positions quite a lot. So that was a tough time. But then we got through that. Shaz came in, we got to the Prem ultimately. But like I said, I guess the one critique I have of us is maybe an unpopular opinion, but we've not won enough.
We've got a lot of promotions and not a lot of silverware.
We've got too many runner-up medals.
Medal's a medal, right? So one last question I had on my mind earlier, I just remembered it again. Because of all these promotions that we've had, and we've only been around for 10 years, it seems like a long time, but as a football club, that's not a long time at all. It's fairly still recent. You talk about the high standards earlier. I think in this last week, especially with the first team, we've seen a lot of these high standards shown from the coaches. When the result doesn't go our way, it's not you'll get them next time, boys. It's I don't want to say berating. So give me a better word. It's a proper, you lot are better than this.
It's a reality check, isn't it?
It's
constructive criticism.
Yeah, it's a tough change room after, especially the weekend. It was a tough change room to be in, but I see it across all 3 squads. Even development squad, you're only 6 months old and the standards are high. I've trained with them. These lot are animals. I don't know what Dan's feeding you guys. He's turning you lot into animals. We're going to do a quick this or that, and then it's into FCP Mastermind. Are you ready? I'll give you 2 players. Just give me the name. That's it. Busquets or Rodri?
Busquets.
Busquets or Ozil?
Busquets.
Busquets or Iniesta?
Iniesta.
Iniesta or Xavi?
Iniesta.
Iniesta or Fabregas?
Iniesta.
Iniesta or Scholes?
Quick fire.
Iniesta.
Iniesta or Zidane?
Zidane.
Zidane or Gerrard?
Zidane.
Zidane or Lampard?
Zidane.
Zidane or Totti?
Zidane.
Zidane or Riquelme?
Zidane.
Zidane or Ronaldinho?
Zidane.
Zidane or Neymar?
Zidane.
Zidane or Henry?
Zidane.
What? Zidane or CR7?
CR7.
Yeah.
CR7 or Messi?
My personal opinion, who would I...
Quick fire, man.
Quick fire.
I prefer CR7.
Okay, that's
but
all right.
Messi's a better footballer. Just to put it out there.
So what do you prefer him for?
What
do you prefer him for?
Just as a footballer, I prefer Cristiano Ronaldo.
You just said Messi's a better footballer.
What's going on?
My personal preference. CR7. CR7.
Anyways, moving on. Come on, man.
We'll
the main
get
part.
into Mastermind now. So you know how it works. You've seen it before. 90 seconds. I've got some questions for you. If you're correct, I will say correct. If you're incorrect, I will say incorrect. I'm going to ask Zai just to count the number of corrects. Arkham will have a timer on his phone.
Are you nervous?
I am very nervous for this.
You need to beat Coach Luca. He got 3, I think.
You need to beat me. I got a 2.
What's your predictions?
4.
4.
Yeah.
So,
That's not high.
Yeah, come on, man.
Waleed got 14, 15, something like that.
You can beat Waleed, man. Don't worry.
Are you ready? Arkham, are you ready?
Whenever you're ready. First
So,
question.
are you ready?
Yep.
Your time starts in 3. No, it doesn't. Oh, you got Coach Luca left the comment, by the way. Zoe is a top lad with loads of love hearts.
Thanks, Luca.
Your time starts in 3, 2, 1. Who is the current Premier League top scorer as of January 2025?
Mo Salah.
Incorrect. Which team has the most wins in the Premier League so far this season?
Liverpool.
Incorrect. Who is the manager of Chelsea? I need to double check these. I don't think these are right. We'll go with it. Who is the manager of Chelsea? Oh my gosh, all my questions are wrong. Right, hold on. You have to give me a 30-second
I think we're going to have to cancel that timer. We're going to have to start again.
We're going to have to cancel that timer. Sorry.
What's going on?
Hold on.
I suspect a bit of ChatGPT as well.
Can I have a word with everyone watching? My car broke down on the way here. I didn't have a lot of preparation time. Okay.
Have you got some questions?
I've got only 12 questions.
Oh, I'm
That's
not
not
get that
great.
many anyway.
So what I'm going to do... you know what? I'll do you this. I'm going to ask these 12. Then I'm going to go back to the first ever FC Mastermind, which was Zami.
No, use my questions. Use my questions.
No, I'm going to go all the way back to the beginning because I don't think anyone will remember those.
Bro, he's not going to remember mine.
We're going to go into it. You ready?
Yeah.
In 3, 2, 1, go. Which German club won the Champions League in 1997?
Bayern Munich.
Incorrect. Which player has scored the most hat-tricks in La Liga history?
Cristiano Ronaldo.
Incorrect. Which African player has won the most Champions League titles?
Eto'o.
Correct. Which club has the most consecutive Serie A titles?
Real Madrid.
Serie A titles?
Inter Milan.
Incorrect. Which club did Maradona join after leaving Barcelona?
Napoli.
Correct. Which player has played in the most Champions League finals?
Ronaldo.
Correct. Thomas Muller set the Bundesliga assist record in 2020. How many did he get?
14.
Incorrect. Who won the Women's World Cup in 2019?
Brazil.
Incorrect. Which goalkeeper holds the record for most international clean sheets?
Oliver Kahn.
Incorrect. True or false? Celtic have won more domestic titles than Rangers.
True.
Incorrect. Ferenc Puskas played football for which country?
Hungary.
Correct. Gary Lineker has never received a red or yellow card. True or false?
True.
Who won the 2018? Correct. Who won the 2018 FIFA World Cup?
Oh my. France.
Correct. Which club did Alan Shearer win a Premier League title with?
Blackburn Rovers.
Correct. Which player holds the record for most Premier League appearances with 653 games?
James Milner.
Incorrect. Which Argentinian club did Lionel Messi play for as a youth?
Newell Old Boys.
How do you know that? Correct.
I have to cut you
What
off there. That's 90
country?
seconds.
Okay. We had a little bit of a mix. Sorry about the confusion in the beginning. What was the final score? We've got about a minute and a half left. How do you think you did?
I beat Luca. That's the main thing.
I know you beat Luke. You did well.
You
to
might
be
even
honest.
beat Zami, you know, I think.
There was some hard. How did you know that Argentina won? Nero's old boys.
Well, I didn't know the Serie A
But you
one.
didn't know. Real Madrid.
playing the Serie A.
New addition to the Serie A, everyone, Real Madrid.
Okay, so I've got a grand total of 8.
That's respectable.
Wow, he beat Zami.
You beat Gaffer, Shaz. You beat a
Shaz
few.
was poor though, right?
Yeah.
Pass.
He totally,
There was a lot of passing. You didn't pass a lot. That was
I
good.
can't talk.
You passed loads.
Yeah, I passed like nearly all of them.
So that's been Coach Zoeb. Good show.
Mentor Zoeb.
Mentor Zoeb. Sorry, I keep saying Coach.
So, final question. If you had one piece of advice for any academy players, what would it be?
Work hard, obviously, and just give your all in the moment, I would say. I spoke to Orcom really quickly, but just take every experience as it comes. Don't jump too far ahead.
Very good advice. I hope you're listening to that. We'll clip that later on. But this has been FC Peterborough Weekly, episode 12. We have another special guest for you next week.